Hello, my beautiful Libras. Welcome. If you're new here, this is Divine Light, and today we're going to dive into your June reading. I'm going to start with your coffee cup right away, and then we're going to see what's happening in your cards. I see 2 tears of joy falling off. We're dividing the plate up into 4, which is seeming like within the third quarter of the month, there's some happy news, good stuff coming forward. Also, I see 2 things here. The first thing is there's a very significant full moon. You can see even there's an eclipse here. We can see the sunshine behind the moon. So you might have that kind of like an eclipse during this month, meaning maybe not seeing the light in a situation, okay? Maybe things might go in a way that everything gets dark. You don't know what's going to happen next. There's not much clarity about a situation, but still the sun is shining on the background. And I feel like the sun shining is you knowing what's going to happen. You already know what's going to happen, and stick with that rather than just getting this distracted by the things that are not really working the way you want them to be, because it seems like here there's a different and better pathway for you. The second thing I see is a crescent moon right here. Seems like somebody's laying inside of this moon shape. Then that can also symbolize a legal accomplishment, and I kind of feel like a man with a mustache here. Mustache, I feel like during 80s it was a symbol of like authority, bankers and lawyers and those kind of like a legal, maybe professionals used to have those kind of things. That's why I interpret the mustache in that manner. So this can be someone who is laying right now in rest position, but when the authority, you need the authority's help, when the something that needs to get done, this person will be showing up for you. They're going to wake up from the place that they're sleeping, and they're going to help you out with that. I see on the bottom, this is mostly like the light work. Okay, you see the reflections here, they're mostly light work. So it is reflecting that maybe in your heart you don't really have the clarity. You can see there's actually we have like a lot of coffee grounds right there. So this indicates that there's something in your heart, but there's something else lays above it. So you have a clear intention, you have a desire, but also you're covering your desire with somebody else's desire, somebody else's needs. For example, maybe you really want to become something or do some specific work, and this is your heart's desire, but you're not following that. You're following something else, maybe to make money, because that was your family's desire. Okay, so there are some layers to your heart. And it seems like these layers are going to start unfolding, open up one by one. Let's see inside, because I wonder what's inside of this one. I see there are 2 people sitting. You see they're actually leaning towards each other. This can be like siblings, close friends, close people. They're sitting, like they're looking in different directions, but they're supporting. They got each other's back. And this kind of looks like a shape, heart shape here. So there's love. I feel siblings energy for some of you, but if you don't have a sibling, this can be an extremely close friend or a cousin. And for some of you, the heart shape can be symbolizing even love. So in your heart, maybe you want to have a family, you want to have a relationship, but maybe you're putting other people's desire in front of it. What's going to happen with that? I feel like with this energy, you will find a way to actually work both of those things out together. Not only satisfying your desires, needs, but also figuring out how to satisfy the other parties and the factors in the situation. I see there's a pathway opening within the second week. This pathway is a short pathway, but it's outside of your comfort zone. This can be a physical pathway that you're going to be traveling. This can also symbolize a spiritual pathway, doing some things differently. Instead of fighting the flow, going with the flow. I mentioned in a couple of my posts, I know I've been missing for a while, that I was moving home. And And I had to move 2 homes in 1 month because of like this kind of negative things happening. And I realized instead of like resisting to the change and maybe like being insistent on staying where I wasn't wanted or I couldn't settle, instead of staying there, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go with the flow and move away. And what happened there is something dissolved. I realized that, and I feel like this is something related to you as well. Something dissolved and something, maybe a resistance that I have been carrying for so long. And I feel like this month is the month of dissolving the resistance in your life. The resistance can be the fear. Maybe you don't want to start a relationship or apply to the job that you really want to work at because you're feeling maybe not good enough, or maybe you're thinking, oh, I'm not going to get it because somebody else is going to get it. Like maybe you're putting others, or maybe you're thinking, I don't want to take opportunities away from others. This can be another thing here, and it ties to I'm enough, I am lovable at the end of the day. But it seems like here this is dissolving, which is a beautiful heart shape is forming. So you're pursuing your heart's desire. I see here there's a woman. She has kind of like this something wrapped around her hair. She has big curly hair, and then I see the number 3 here. The curly hair indicates creativity, okay, and the laid back attitude, and it's flowing and it is strong, but also it has room for growth. And it is not every hair is the same. It has different texture, it has different shapes. So this is all the creative ideas piling in your head. Number 3 is approval of that creative ideas. Okay, I don't know if you can see her like here, nose, the mouth, the eyes, kind of reminds me of, I forgot the name of the lady. I remember her daughter's name, Zoe Kravitz's mother. And she has that kind of like, I think she looks like her. So, and the hair, I think I saw her like tying this kind of like a little scarf around her head. So this can be someone this can be your energy. You're tapping into this creative energy, creative part of yourself, or this can be someone that is inspiring you. And also, this can be you letting it loose, okay? Letting your thoughts go all around and bring you good ideas to execute. And it's not going to be easy because I feel like this is a time of change, and you're looking at here a dinosaur, or maybe even like a crocodile standing up here, like looks like a cartoon character. So maybe you have been swimming with the crocodiles for so long and you're expecting the worst to come, and you're going to face the worst, maybe not in the sense of worst, but in the sense of what you're used to, you're accustomed to. I feel like you will have the power to say no to that. You're going to say, no, I don't want this anymore. I want to move on to something new. I don't want to deal with this kind of people anymore, which will carry you to another thing here, which is beautiful. I see there's someone with a lighter energy. This sheep kind of looks like the mouth looks like monkey, and they're smart animals. They can learn sign language, they can communicate, they have a structure within themselves, they have hierarchy, they have system basically. So this can be symbolizing someone who's maybe leading a system. Okay, they are part of the system, and this is the biggest monkey right here. This is the one who actually runs the circus, basically. I want to say circus because I feel like there's a light energy here. It's not like the circus in the sense of like the carnival. There was a series back in the day. I remember it just 2 seasons it lasted. It's called Carnival, and it was like a really brutal environment that you were seeing. So I don't feel like this is that kind of like, it's like the Cirque du Soleil kind of environment here, I feel. And when I say that, don't take it as like this is a circus. You can take it as like a company, okay? And the people are working in a very laid back manner, and there is someone who's an authority, leads, guides people in a way that gently. It doesn't have to be. I don't think this is a gorilla. This is like gorillas tend to be a little bit harsher. This is someone who guides people through communication. So either this is an environment you're going to step in, or this is something that is evolving to what it is in your situation. I see there is first I saw when I push it away here a trunk of an elephant, but when I pull it, now I see a woman with a siren's tail. We can call this mermaid or siren. And in the mythology, mermaids are much more friendly, described by sirens are vicious. So I feel like this one has like a lighter aura. This can be a mermaid, someone maybe a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, a woman who is actually loving, supportive of you. And because she also looks like the elephant's trunk, I feel like this person might even bring some sort of like a financial support to you during this time, okay? Moving on from that, within the third week, I see here, okay, by the way, the first part I mentioned that you letting your creativity loose and facing the crocodile, passing that is the first week timeline. The second week timeline, there's a monkey showing up, maybe gathering people around, and you are part of that crowd, learning something from them, or this is a person who's leading people. And the third week, I see here there's an eye at the end of a pathway. This kind of reminds me of like an eye of Ra. Ra is the seer of all things, and like you, the sun. So it is the optimism. It's the grower of the crop. It's not really the grower of the crops because there are many deities when you look at the Egyptian history, like mythology. So, but the Ra is the sun. It's the life giver, basically, because if you don't have sun, it doesn't matter if you have other like the flowers or trees. And there was actually a bee movie, I don't know if you guys seen that animation bee movie, and in the animation it shows that the bees stops working and everything starts to dry out because there's no pollination. Okay, so I feel like here this eye can be someone who has a lot of power, and this, for some of you, this can be you, by the way. And I'm gonna say something again here. If you have Leo on your chart, which part of that Leo is going to affect your journey? Okay, for example, if you have the Leo in your Venus, this can be opening up a new path for you to a new love. Okay, and finding, desiring someone that you want, having that person in your life, and having a relationship that's worthy of like worthy of you, your value, and that kind of like a pathway might be opening for some of you if it's in your Leo is in your Venus. Leo can also be someone who's guiding you, being a light to you. The guidance doesn't have to be with knowledge. This can be someone maybe rejecting you, saying no to you, but that will guide you towards what's best for you. Okay, I see there's a path, like a phone lines forming here. You might be having a lot of conversation towards the last 2 weeks, and with that conversation there's like a two highways opening. This kind of looks like, for some of you, tall two towers, and or maybe like a medium-sized towers, maybe double buildings side by side standing, and there are pathways around them. So some of you, this can be a living environment, a new apartment, a building, or this can be like a job environment, a new company that you're going to be working with. And maybe two towers can be, for some of you, what's that two towers? We have Lord of the Rings, we have the second book. And what happens is evil, we understand that evil cannot win in that second book. So, and when you have a clear and good intention, doesn't create any karma, doesn't hurt anyone, you will reap the rewards of that, basically. So this can also symbolizing something like that. And I see two legal papers here. This can also be a legal accomplishment for some of you. Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind. Let's see what the answer is going to be for that. Two people standing here, which is a good sign. Your desire is coming, like for initially it has some time, meaning maybe you need to set up certain things, or you need to clear your mind, focus on the goal, or maybe journal your desires, whatever your manifestation routine. It is necessary here. And after that, the things are going to start flowing. And even there's a second desire you have in your heart space, it will bring that to you. Okay. Another thing I see here is this is kind of like tool. I don't know if you guys ever seen that. This is an instrument that I think Kyrgyz or Middle Eastern, no, not Middle Eastern, Middle Asian cultures that they use. I forgot the name of it, and it has like a very healing sound. So this can be sound healing for some of you, or hearing something, receiving some news, transmission, messages that will start a healing process for you. Okay, and this can be confirmation or approval. Healing can be financial healing. I don't really see the signs of what kind of healing this is going to be. Let's look closer to that. There we have here, there's a fearful bunny. Bunnies multiply really fast. That indicates abundance, wealth, growth. And so prosperity, if you have any blockages there, I feel like something that you're figuring out this month, maybe hearing from somebody else or coming from your mind, that will eliminate the fear of the money, wealth, abundance being prosperous for you, which is a good thing because I mean, in today's world, after we have ancestral traumas and the wars and all that stuff, this can be carried in the DNA and causing you to block the abundance flowing to you, okay? And it seems like it is going to be resolving too. I'm going to dive into your tarot now. If you have a specific question, it is good because you can get specific answers. But if you don't have any, just focus on your day-to-day things, or maybe just see what's coming your way. This is yourself at this moment, which is a temperance energy. I feel like there's some of this has an idea of a suggestion. This is suggesting that you should be a little bit patient because there's the sun on the background. If you're feeling anxious, it's time to focus on the patience because sun is coming forward. Balance your energy and do things moderately. Do not overwork yourself, and with that you will achieve the fire, the success, the passion. What you're passionate about will come to light. This is the main theme of the month, which is the Queen of Pentacles. There you go. The bunny is right there. Your bunny is not scared anymore. Meaning bunnies symbolize, because they grow really fast, wealth, abundance, growth. And you are sitting on the throne. What you should pay attention to is gathering up your resources and cultivating them, using them extremely carefully, okay? That will be really helpful for you in the long run. Another thing here is this month, it is going to create a good impact when you focus on your financial growth and resources. Let's see what you should embrace this month. Okay, the decision. Okay, this is not, I was going to say like making a decision, embracing making a decision, but Two of Swords is also indicates not having clarity. And today during my meditation, there was actually a saying. It said like, we don't know how the things are going to work out, but what we do is we keep worrying about how they're going to work out. But they can work out about uncertainty. They can come out and give birth. The universe can give birth to our desires through uncertainty. So what you should embrace is life is uncertain. There's no surety. But if I desire something, that belongs to me. Okay? That's what you should be embracing. The action step you need to take is love your life, okay? Two of Cups is spend time with the people that are aligned with your soul, that you get along with, that inspire you, that love you, respects your space, and protects you at all costs, okay? This is a soulmate connection. And soulmate, we usually interpret soulmates as lovers, but soulmates can be good friends as well. I think the twin flame can only be lovers. I'm not 100% sure of that, but soulmates can be someone that is loving, protective, and supportive of you. And final outcome, let's see. We have, okay, 5 of Wands. I feel like initially you might have a little bit pushback because you might not believe yet that you deserve to have what you desire. But as a Queen of Pentacles, she's confident, she's sure, she's moving forward. So you might get a little bit competition, conflict along the way. However, I have the Queen of Cups energy here. The offers will start to flow, okay? If you do not give up on the desire, rather than fighting the situation, there's a new idea, opportunity, growth. The Ace of Swords is the ability to speak your truth and get approval for it will show up. And let's see your clarifications about, let's see the subjects. This can be coming up as a subject or a month. If it comes out as a month, I can interpret that as a number of timeline. Let's see what's happening right here. We have the Temperance. Okay, a marriage will take place either romantic or business. So if you're on the process of this marriage, this business, it is suggesting that patience is the key to receive your desires the perfect possible way. We have the Diamond coming. You'll be receiving a gift or giving a precious gift. I feel like here with the Queen of Pentacles, you showed up. You are receiving a lot of resources, which is good. This can be in the contract that you're trying to sign. And marriage is also a contract, this marriage arrangement happening, and you will benefit from that. The diamond that you're going to receive, the diamond is the thing that actually ties the deal, okay? And that's what you will receive. And what you should embrace is that trust that spiritual guidance and protection from harm is always, you're being protected, safe, and secure. And if you're feeling uncertain about the issues, embrace the uncertainty and say that I know, even if I don't see what's happening behind the moon, sun is always shining, angels are always protecting me, and everything is always working out for you. The action step we mentioned here, we have Two of Cups. The two of them want to come forward. Casket, someone going out of your life and forces working against you. So what happens is you're going to let people that do not serve you go. That's what it exactly means, because there's a soulmate connection coming forward. Soulmate can be a good friend, or like I mentioned, doing something risky, taking a chance. So you're getting outside your comfort zone to meet this person, and they will give you the hand that you need. Okay, in this case, if you're feeling like the action step is, if you're feeling like if you lose anyone, say no to the people, you're going to lose them and they're not going to talk to you again. This is basically telling you do that because someone better, someone more aware, and someone who desires to be with you will show up in that case. And final outcome, I saw the competition come forward, pale, time to get out of situations. So if there's a conflict in your life, now this makes a lot of sense to me. You're going to get a lot of signs and symbols. Maybe for a while you're not going to have the clarity, but when the action steps gets cleared, start taking that action. And you might get faced with a conflict, but basically walk out of that pathway, which I will tell you what happened about my housing situation. I moved to one apartment and the neighbors were like, I had this front yard and they said they will be in that space all the time. And I didn't accept that. I could have gone to like a legal route and do all that stuff, but I didn't want to fight because I'm not living to fight. I'm living to love. So I got out of there immediately and I found a perfect with good neighbors. So that's the situation here. If you have conflict, move yourself out of there, because initially you might feel a little bit sorrow over this loss, but it's going to, I feel like, pass and go away, because the Queen of Cups, someone who's loving and supportive, will be there for you, and persevere, and you will overcome the problems when you do not give up. And I've been so tired for the last 3 weeks because of the situation, but now I'm so happy. I found a good place and everything is moving in a very good and aligned way. So it can be your situation, and this looks like it's going to be your situation too. And if you have it going through, I feel like this is like planetary alignments are also affecting us. Let's see the blockage, if you have any, what needs to be resolved. We have the Desert Prince, survival and false promises. So if you're always living in the survival mode, it's time to look at that. Why is this coming this way all the time, happening this way? This month, this is going to be revealed to you, and you're going to, from survival, you're going to move on to thriving, basically. And healing will come forward when you open your eyes to the beauty and start expecting the positive things to come and having clarity with that. Even though you don't have how the things are going to work out, you know why it will work out, that because you're worthy and deserving, the things are going to resolve itself. That's what you're healing here. How will the situation resolve? The hungry ghost, obsession, scarcity, consciousness, attachment. Okay, I feel like when you let these go, you will resolve the situation in the best way possible. When you stop feeding the hungry ghosts, the things are going to start to fall out of your life. Another thing I see here is the resting tree, patience and stillness. I've asked to myself, like, how you can do that, how you can let the ghost starve. And it says patience and stillness, meditation and prayer. So like, it doesn't matter what you believe in, how your procedures are, like the systems, how you pray, but that's because we have intrinsically a belief that prayer heals all, and that will be helpful to you as well. Okay, I'm going to ask your second oracle now, the best advice or guidance for my beautiful Libras through unconditional love now. Thank you. We have here women brewing something. You're on to something creative, and there's a dog behind you. Dog actually symbolizes loyalty, so the loyalty that you desire will come forward. I see here there's a sky on the background, there are hills, but there is also she's inside of her tent here. She's protected, she has protection, she has the food, the necessary items here. So your second oracle, I feel like telling you, it is time for you to reawaken your intuition and reawaken your higher powers, and know that you can use them freely because you are always protected. Allow your emotions to ebb and flow like the cycle of nature's season. So let things come and go. And also trust your intuition because it's guiding you towards the best possible outcome. Let's see your affirmation for this month. I want to pull from Love Yourself deck because I feel like that's exactly what we need at this moment, because people can only reflect how much you love yourself to you back to you. And also, the more you love yourself, the more you allow yourself to grow and receive from the Creator. We create habits and problems to fulfill a need. When I can find a positive way to fulfill the need, I can release the problem. I release all feelings of negativity and guilt. You can use that as your affirmation. And lately, I've been using I'm safe and protected a lot. If you're feeling like some things are not going right and you're feeling like you need to change that, affirmations are extremely effective on us. You can say like, I'm safe and protected. Everything always works out for me. I'm the luckiest ever. And whatever else you would like to say, if you were a little child, what would you tell yourself? How would you assure yourself? You can turn that even into your daily affirmation. Okay. All right, my beautifuls, that's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. If you do, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of these, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I wish you all a magical day. Bye.